a Vort of the Rebbe on this week's Parshas Korach in connection to Gimel Tammuz. In Korach we learned that Korach complained against Moshe Rabbeinu. Why are you guys making yourself bigger? That Kulam Gedeshim, all the Yidden are holy, B'Seicham Hashem, all the Yidden are the same. Why do you make yourself greater? And one of the things that he claimed, why is Aaron the Kohen Gadol? And then later when they made Elitzophem ben Azil the head of one of the groups in Shevet Levi, why he thought he had to do it. But this was all his time. It's all based on why are you guys making yourself special? It says in Seder Eilam, brought down in the Rashbam and Tosfos and Baba Basra, that the Taina of Korach, the Machlekes of Korach, came after the story of the Meraglim. The Rebbe asks, why did Korach wait with his argument till after the Meraglim? The Meraglim came back on Tisha B'Av, so it happened on Tisha B'Av. But Aaron was made the Kohen Gadol, and this whole thing happened in the beginning of Chodesh Nisan. Even though Elitzophem ben Azil was a little later appointed, but still right in the beginning, a few months before the Meraglim. Why didn't Korach argue and come with this Taina? Why are you guys making yourself greater than everybody else? Why didn't he Taina right away? As soon as Aaron was appointed Kohen Gadol, Elitzophem ben Azil was appointed his job. Why did he wait till after the Meraglim? And the Rebbe explains as follows. We learn in Chassidus that what was the Taina of the Meraglim? It started off with something good, wrong, but something like they thought was a positive thing. In the Midbar, the Eden didn't have to work, didn't have to get involved in Gashmias. They didn't have to plow and plant to get food. They got the mon, the water came from the well of Miriam, even clothes grew on the people. They didn't even have to clean it. The clouds cleaned their clothes. What did they do constantly, all day? They learned and davened. In their mind, they were Dovuk B'Hashem, they connected to Hashem Beruchnias. They came to Eretz Yisrael and they saw what's going to happen there. They're going to have to get involved in Gashmias. And they didn't want to go to Eretz Yisrael. It was wrong because Hashem doesn't want that. Hashem wants the Gashmias. Hashem wants Hamaisa Hu Yikir, the physical act of the mitzvahs and getting involved in Gashmias and bringing Elokus, godliness into the Gashmias. This is the kavanah what the Eibishter wants. After this happened, after the Meraglim was shown wrong, Korach now came with a Taina. He said, if the Ruchnis would be the most important part, the intellectual part of the mitzvahs, etc., the kavanas, etc., we understand some people are greater. Not everyone is the same. Some people understand it better, some people have deeper kavanas. So we understand that you guys are greater, so therefore you deserve to be the leaders. But now that you came after Meraglim and you proved that Hamaiso Yikir, the main thing is Gashmias, and that's why the Meraglim were wrong, now he says, if so, then why are you greater? All the Yidden are the same. Kol Eid Kulam Deishim B'Seicham Hashem. All the Yidden are holy, because when it comes to the Maisa Mitzvah Begashmis, they're all the same. The tefillin that Moshe Rabbeinu put on and the tefillin that a simple Yid puts on is the same. The difference could be in the kavanah, in the understanding the reasons of the mitzvahs, the kavanas and mitzvahs, all the deep inyonim. But the Maisa, that's the Yikir. They're all the same. That's when he came to say. After he saw what happened by the Meraglim, now he came with this machlokes and he said, "Why are you guys make yourself great? The Ikir is the Maisa, and the Maisa is the Ikir, we're all the same." Why was Taka Korach wrong? The reason he was wrong is because it's true, HaMaisa Hu Ikir. But nevertheless, the other things are also important. It's very important to have the proper kavanas. It's very important to have, so to speak, the mitzvahs shine. And the way the mitzvahs shine is when you have the proper understanding and the proper kavanas. Alter Rebbe says the Loshen, when it says in Loshen and Gemara, Maisim Tovim, mitzvahs are called Maisim Tovim. Tovim means good Maisim, good actions. Tovim, he says, Mistovim Wamirim, they shine. And in order for the mitzvahs to shine, you do have to have the proper kavanas. And that's also important. And the moshel that's given is when you have a diamond. Diamond is, the most important part is that there's a diamond and it has the greatest value. But imagine if a diamond is covered with dirt and it doesn't shine, it doesn't accomplish what it's supposed to, even though the diamond is there and you have it. Same thing with mitzvahs. You have mitzvahs and you have the gashmis, and that's the most important thing. And you can't say we could avoid it like the Meraglim wanted. And that's why the Meraglim were wrong. But the same thing, you also have to have the kavanas and you have to have the great things. And in that there is like a difference. And that's the concept of Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron and all the leaders, that they not tell us the mitzvahs. The mitzvahs you have in the Torah, and you could learn Torah and you could do mitzvahs, just learn a simple pshat. What they do is they bring out the depth of the Torah mitzvah. They bring out the Yirah Shamayim, the feeling you're supposed to have today, that comes along with it. And that's why we need a Moshe Rabbeinu. And that's connected to Gimel Tammuz. Gimel Tammuz is Yom Ha'ilula of the Rebbe. That's the job of the Rebbe. And by the Rebbe, it's not only till Gimel Tammuz, that's what the Rebbe did. Bring out within Chassidim and Yidden Bechlal, understanding the feeling towards the Eibishter. It comes along with the Kiyum HaMitzvahs. But even now, after Gimel Tammuz, he still is mashbiya from Shemayim, all the greatest hashpahs like before, that we should be able to do everything with a deeper feeling that besides the Etzem Mitzvah, the Maaseh, but we also have the light that goes along with the mitzvahs.